to be just like Belle, so I started reading a lot, which I think is a really good thing, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's
like,
a good influence.
Yeah, because it's super hard. You know how they always say that it was super hard for my kids to read? And I was like, no, I want to be a princess. Princesses read books.
You're listening to SMUBE's Campus Radio. Say what you wanna say. And welcome back to another episode of Special Events. I'm Jia Ying.
And I'm Des.
And today, we'll be bringing you a Children's Day special.
That's right. So you may be wondering, what are two university students still talking about Children's Day? Like, we're already in our adulthood and we still want to talk about Children's Day. But we promise you we have a very good reason for doing so, okay? But before we dive into that hot topic of the day, right? Jiang, I have to ask you, do you remember how you used to celebrate Children's Day when we were more age appropriate? Yeah?
Age appropriate?
More age
Alright.
appropriate. Because for me, right, like, I always remember Children's Day is always like a public holiday for kids, right? So the day before, the school will always have like a little mini concert and we'll get half day off. So like 12 p.m, school's out. But the concert, what was the great thing about the concert, right, was that the teachers would perform for us. Right?
That is so cute.
know,
Okay, what do they do?
It's like, it could be anything. It could be like skits. It can be like a dance performance, a song performance.
Wow, effort.
It's really like a full concert, you know.
Mhm.
And the best part is like you get to see the discipline masters and mistresses smiling and
No
laughing.
way.
And I'm like, oh my god, they're not as scary. Maybe I'm not very sure.
But that's quite interesting though. Like in my school, we never had that. So for Children's Day, we had our teachers who would give us like our favorite like stationery or favorite snacks maybe to celebrate Children's Day. But I think most importantly, what I remember the most was that we had a school-wide potluck. Yeah, so everyone would just like arrange your tables in the middle of the classroom.
Okay.
And then everyone would just bring the food that you like. You know, some people will bring like maybe their mom's bihun. Some people will bring like drinks. But my unique contribution, I do it every year. I bring consistency, you know.
Correct.
I bring the same
Consistency
thing.
is key.
That's right. I bring the same thing every year, which is my mom's muffins. Yeah.
Wow.
So like chocolate muffins, like poppy muffins.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I am
yeah.
actually quite jealous that I have not been able to try your mom's muffins.
One day, yes.
One day. Okay, one day. Okay, so now that we started reminiscing the good old days, let's cast our memory even further back, okay? So, Jiang, you know, as 2000s kid, right, or like the Gen Z kids, we are now referring to our time period as the Y2K era, right?
Alright, leaving a legacy. I
Yeah,
see.
wow, legacy. I
Yeah.
like that word. Okay, yes, leaving a legacy. So because of this Y2K era that's kind of like resurfaced up again, we've seen a lot of comebacks with Y2K trends from fashion to pop culture, right? So now that we have all this like nostalgia flowing in the air, we're gonna do a nice trip down memory lane and reminisce about all the childhood shows that we used to watch in the past. Okay, so to start things off, Teng, I have to ask, so what were some of your favorite childhood shows?
Okay, funnily enough, my favorite childhood shows would be Korean dramas.
Oh!
Yeah, but not even the typical Korean dramas where you hear them speaking in Korean and you read their subtitles, right?
Mhm.
Mine were Korean dramas, but dubbed in Mandarin.
Wow.
Like as a child, I don't even know why I didn't question the fact that whatever they were speaking, like whatever I'm hearing, didn't match like their mouth shapes
oh my
on screen.
god, yeah!
I just accepted it as fact. I was like, oh, I guess that's how it is.
That's how the words sound like, right?
In the end, I think my favorite Korean drama that I still remember until now, I'm still obsessed with it. It's called Secret Garden. I don't know if you heard of it before.
I have not, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, okay, Secret Garden was this Korean drama that came out in 2010. So it features Ha Ji-won as the female lead and Hyun Bin as the male lead.
Ooh, okay, I've heard of him.
Yeah, Hyun Bin. Heartthrob, you know. Yeah, so Secret Garden is actually like this fantasy romantic comedy, which is based on the two main characters swapping bodies with each other.
Oh.
Yeah, so they literally put themselves in each other's shoes, right? So they learn about each other's life and, you know, they fall in love in the process. So that's my favorite Korean show. My favorite childhood show. What about you?
I like how your childhood show is like kind of like mature almost, because it's like a Korean dramas are like, you know, real humans and stuff.
Okay.
And I am just like, you know, your average childhood person. I'm not the average kid, right? I just watch a lot of Disney movies.
That's fair, that's fair.
I love Disney movies, and I think like because you know how most of Disney movies are like musicals, right? I think that's why even up till now I'm really obsessed with watching musicals, like Broadway short stuff. I love all those.
That's
like,
so cute.
yeah, so I think my favorite Disney movie though. Like have to like hands down is like all the Disney princess films.
Okay.
I was really just that typical girl who's just obsessed with all the princesses.
Okay.
And my favorite princess, you wanna give a guess who my favorite princess was?
Okay, so this was in the early 2000s,
Yes.
right?
So a bit limited selection
Limited
compared
selection.
to now.
Okay, I don't know, Snow White.
No, it's actually Belle.
Okay, what about Belle though?
Yeah, so like Beauty and the Beast, right? Honestly, I don't know what drew me to her. I just remember when I watched all the Disney films, something about her just like clicked with me. And she was actually like the reason why I got really into reading, because her character was like, you know, she was the oddball in the village because she loved reading.
Alright,
and I was like,
okay.
I want to be just like Belle. So I started reading a lot, which I think is a really good thing, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's
like,
a good influence.
Yeah, because it's super hard. You know how they always say that it was super hard for my kids to read? And I was like, no, I want to be a princess. Princesses read books. You know, I think it's very heartwarming to hear that even up till now, these shows still hold a very special place in our hearts. So, Jiang, I actually want to know, do you still watch these shows like now as an adult? Or do you even watch like the newer like kid shows?
That's a very good question. Okay, I definitely still watch Korean dramas.
Of course,
Yeah.
consistency is key.
That's right, that's my personality trait, consistency. Yeah, so, but I think one children's show that I'm still, like, I want to mention is Paw Patrol.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know the one with all the small puppies?
The small little
Yeah, the
kitty.
little like puppies with
They're
different
so
colours.
tiny,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so cute. Yeah, so okay, it's a show featuring Ryder, a child named Ryder, and he has many puppies with all with different special abilities. So my favourite pup is the pup that like operates a bulldozer, right? And then there's a pup that is basically a police dog. And I think my favourite part of the show would be the slogan, which is no job is too big, no pup is too small, because every day they receive calls for help.
Cute, eh?
Right? Then they brainstorm like ways to help like their neighbours, their fellow puppies. It reminds me of the smaller things in life lah, really. Yeah, because even though all the things that they are solving in the show are stuff like I have a pup stuck in a tree and the pup is too scared to come down, so they have to get a crane up to save the pup. It reminds me to break the things down in my life to smaller bits. And you know, if I tackle them like one by one, I can do it as well. So it just gives me a lot of energy and a lot of power in my life.
We love that. We love an empowering puppy show.
That's right. Yeah. How about you, Des?
I think I mentioned this just now, but I'm still very much a Disney kid. I never grew out of this phase. It's not even a phase, it's like a permanent part of me.
It's your personality trait.
Truly it is.
Yes.
So like I'm still very like in touch with all the new Pixar films and the new Disney films. And what I really like about the newer Disney films, right? So stuff like Coco, I guess. Coco's like the newer ones. And Kanto Turning Red, is that the stories are still very, very relatable. I think they're even more relatable now because they like to touch on a lot of family relationship, family bonding, you know, I mean like strains, defiance here and there. So like very like relatable things that I also kind of experienced while I was growing up. I mean, now I've kind of moved past the rebellious phase lah, but there was a point where I was like, oh, that character's exactly like me back in the days, you know. So I think that I do appreciate that, you know, Disney has not only just kind of like developed their animation style, like it's definitely improved like tremendously, so props to Disney on that, but like the storytelling is definitely more relatable, more close to home, and it still like tugs on the heartstrings, and it's not just a typical happily ever after tugging on heartstrings. It's really a deeper connection, and I really do think that Disney has grown together with its audience. So it's definitely something that if you're a little kid watching it for the first time, it's a very cute show, but if you're an adult watching it, you're kind of like in the corner sobbing. So I'm the adult in the cinema sobbing. In case you're wondering like, what is that noise? It's definitely me.
Yeah, but I guess I see the trend in our responses though, which is that these childhood shows are not just like mere cartoons, you know, like childish cartoons or even just entertainment for us. I think, like, would you agree if I said that our childhood shows actually give us that sense of wonder that keeps us going in our lives, honestly?
Oh, definitely. I mean,
right?
you heard it just now. I literally started reading because of Belle.
Yes, good influences.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I totally get it. 100% agree.
And I guess like the sense of wonder, even for me, is very important because it really helps you to appreciate the smaller things in life. So rather than just being jaded by the hustle and bustle of city life, you know, every day you just go through the same routine. Yeah. If you have a sense of wonder, it will be stuff like, oh, the flowers today are blooming. Right?
Yes.
And then, you know, maybe you imagine yourself as Belle, like singing one of the songs about flowers.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So yeah, I think like wonder drives you to explore and gives you a desire to know or understand like things other than some things that just keeps you surviving.
Definitely.
You know? Yeah.
I think it's just like really, you stop to smell the roses, even if the roses are just like, at Fort Canning behind school. Like, not just moments where they're just walking and it's just you. Sometimes you do feel like a Disney princess, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the importance of romanticizing smaller things in life.
And I think that's such a big thing that's happening right now. I think I see on TikTok a lot is that part of self-care is really just appreciating your life as it is and not trying to always achieve bigger things. I mean, we can achieve, but slowly.
Stop and smell the roses.
Correct. Smell as... Oh, you know what? You know why I say roses? It's
Why?
because Belle, Beauty and the Beast, then got...
Oh, yes. Alright.
I'm very influenced. If you can't really tell, I have definitely made it my personality. So remember, just because you're an adult now doesn't mean you've outgrown your childhood. There's still a little kid inside of you who'll be more than happy to sit down and reminisce the old shows that used to keep you company.
Yeah, so take some time this Children's Day to revisit those memories. With that, we hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And if you want to hear more from us, follow our SMUBE Spotify account, link in the description box below. So this is Jia Ying
and Des'ree
from SMUBE's Campus Radio. Say what you wanna say.
Happy Children's Day!